food, and as they're eating the food, they're smelling the odor, right? And we do it over and over again, and they start to go, oh, whenever I smell this smell, there's food, right? Which makes them interested in the smell.
Yeah.
And then pretty quickly, we can take the food away and just put the odor down, and the dog will gravitate towards it because they are expecting to find food, right? At which point we go over and feed them for finding the odor. This little tray is a pairing tray, and you don't need to use one, but it can be helpful. So when I'm having clients do this at home, you can take like anything, but like a Tupperware lid or something, right? It's just an easy way to put the food next to the tin. There's nothing fancy about this one.
Right.
So all I'm going to do is put this down, and we're going to let her eat the food. Yes. And then I'm just going to add some more food, and we're just working on, she's smelling that tin while she eats the food. Whoops, that one missed. And the tray helps me get the food near the odor. Yummy food. Nice job, yummy odor. And a little bit more down. I'm not hiding it, obviously, right? And we're just moving it around. So I'm just going to kind of bring it over here. I'm going to put it down. She's theoretically going to want to go towards it because it's got food on it, so let her do her thing. Good girl. Nice job. Oh, she's so brilliant, right? Look at that. That's so good. So I usually just spend a couple of minutes here kind of teaching the dog, look at this silly little thing, and, you know, when you find this little thing, food falls out of the sky. Let me do that maybe 2 more times. Good girl. Now she already knows how to search for food, right? We've done this little search for treats game, so this is not anything harder than that. It's just that there's another smell alongside the food. You do want to use in the beginning, especially like stinky foods, right? Like the hot dogs or cheese or something that smells a little bit more, you know, whatever. Not like a kibble. Once they are really good at it, you can use any food because the food is the reward, not what they're finding, right? I'm going to put it down again. She wants to go over to it. We let her. Yeah, good girl. And we just bring more food to the source of the odor. Good girl. I know. You gotta let me get it out of my hand, man. Nice job. And my goal is to try and get her to really keep her face as close to the tin as possible for the entire time that the tin is down there, and then I pick the tin up, right? And so the way I do that is by pinging food down next to the tin, right? And then she's smelling the tin. Let's do that, baby, once more, and then we're gonna hide it under the cones. So if you were doing this at home, like I've been teaching my puppy this, I haven't filmed it because my house is so trash, but when I'm teaching it in a house, and actually I'll sort of show you here. So again, this might be a Tupperware container lid or something, right? If you don't happen to have this silly metal thing, this has got a magnet in it, so it's nice that this is metal. But once you've done that a couple times, we might be, say, in your RV, right? And let's imagine we're inside. And so you're going to stand there with her. She could be in a stay or something. She could be in her crate, doesn't matter. And I might just walk, not far away at all, right? I literally want them to see what I'm doing. This is not a try to stump the dog, right? This is just teach them the game. So I'm going to place that down in the other corner of the RV or, you know, whatever, right? So she can see it clear as day. And I'm going to give her a cue that's different to her tracking cue and different to her find the cookies cue, right? Do you use the word search for anything? No. Okay, so we're just going to use that for now. So I'm going to cue her, and then you're going to just loosen her leash, right? Okay. Or search.
Yes, what a good girl. Oh my goodness, you're so good. Good dog. Oh, that was the easiest thing in the whole world. Look at that, right there. Nice job. Nice job. Very good. Very good. Yeah, there's cookies. I know my aim is bad. There's cookies on the ground. Want to finish those? Nice job. Very good. And so I would just move that. Then I'd, sit and stay, and I'd go to just, again, very easy, walk 7 feet away, put it down on the floor of the RV, go behind their cert. And I just am teaching her to find this thing, right? And then we make it a little bit harder, right? So then I don't know how big the RV is, but if you're able to tuck it out of sight where she can't see it, right? Or you would maybe say put her in her kennel and throw a blanket over it so she can't see where you put it. And then you would just set it down somewhere very easy, but she didn't see you do it, right? And so now you say the same thing, and she's actually got to turn her sniffer on to find it, you know?
We want to have food at the ready because one of the goals here is that once she gets to the food and she eats it, we get to her and add more food to keep her there before she finishes the food and moves on, right? By doing that, we're working on creating eventually what will become an alert. So when the dog finds the odor, like the videos I'll send you with Maddie, you'll see she gets to the odor, she'll find it, here's the odor, and she just sticks there, right? And then I come over and I go, good dog, and I feed her. The way we get that stickiness is by getting over there and putting down more food, right? To get the dog to realize that food will come to me if I just stay at this odor. Ready? Search. Go search.
What a good girl. Oh my goodness, nice job. That's easy stuff. Oh, this is gonna be odor combo and German Shepherd drool. You just got your tongue all over that. Right there, you're done. Good job.
Nice job. So it's super easy, right? No big deal. And now we're just going to play a little game with it where I'm going to put this tray with food, right, underneath one of the cones. And we're going to kind of walk over and encourage her to sniff her way down the line of cones. And when she gets to the one that has food, she's probably going to, she's a shepherd, she's probably going to handle it herself and get the cone out of the way and eat the food. If not, we can lift the cone up. But she's going to smell that this cone has food under it, right? And we're just going to teach her to search. Good girl. You can play it with the cones. I like, do you have these type of cones at home from other games or anything like that? They're very cheap and easy. You can get them on Amazon, or I can give you a stack to take home. You can play them outside with the cones, you know, if you want to, but you can also, again, just put that little dish somewhere in your house, right? So we're going to walk her to the cones, and we're kind of going to point and encourage her to search. She's going to sniff. Now it's under the orange cone. Good girl. So when she got there, she knew that was the right cone. She can smell food, and she's not down. Good girl. Nice job. And here I am, just rewarding her right at the tin, so that I'm hopefully keeping her nose as close to the tin as possible. And then I lift the tin up. Right? Good girl. Walk her back over there. We're going to do it again. You're really good. I knew you'd be good at this. I'm going to put another cone down to make the line a little bit longer. You gotta wait. Wait. I know it's exciting and it's fun. Wait. Girl. Okay. So we're going to walk her up to the cones again and just give her that cue to search and kind of point to the cone. Search. Yes, good girl. Nice job. So we saw, and of course we know where the tin is, but we also saw her behavior change when she got to it, right? She stopped moving. She stuck her nose in, right? She goes, it's full of food, right? So we'll pile the cheese in this cone on. We're going to have Mom do this. We're going to hide it. That was really good. Oh my goodness. So one thing, because, and this might be different at home, but because when she's out and about anyway, she's a little amped up. If I'm not really quick with that food, she's off to sniff something else, right? And so I want to be really, really rapid fire with the food. So like when you're walking down the line with her, you're going to have the food in your hand ready to go. And bam, 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 and then pick the whole thing up when you're done, right? Because we really want her as fixated on this as possible until we move it away from her. So, let's see. Put it all the way in. All right, so we've got a handful of food ready. Go ahead and get the food out, bring her up to the cone, and ask her to search. And let her hold the end of her leash so she's got some laxity there to go. That's what it was last time. Oh, there it is. Yes, good girl. And you tell her how amazing she is. Nice job, good speed. And then as you feed that last hot dog piece, you just pick the tin up. Nice job, kid. Very good. Yes, nice. And then lift it back up. Perfect. So what will also happen, we're going to play this, we're going to do this on purpose. We're going to try to trick it. So dogs who are really amped up will blow right past the first owner team usually. Or, for example, if you hide it in a room quite close to them when you tell them to search, they might blow right past it because their nose doesn't actually start working until they run 5 feet and then suddenly their brain turns on. So she might blow past the tin this time because she's not necessarily sniffing. She might not. We'll see what she does. If she does, we just go all the way down to the end of the line, let her sniff every cone, and then come all the way back down. And she should find it on the way back. And we're working on teaching her to kind of slow down a little bit, turn her brain on a bit. You don't know where the smell could be. Handful of food, release her to search, and let her have that leash. Search. Oh, too smart. Yes, good girl. You can move that out of the way. Perfect. Nice job, Aura. Got it, kid. Good girl. Nice. Very good. Yeah, you are good at that. Yes, good girl. Now we lift it right up. Perfect. We always want to lift the odor up rather than pull the dog away from the odor because we never want to be encouraging the dog to move away from the odor. So we might take the odor away from them to start over, but we want them, if the odor is in reach, they should be focused on it, right? Like, so we don't want to go, come on, leave the odor alone, come on, you know. We always pick the odor up and go, all right, we're moving the odor away. So I want to test her because she has done enough work with scenting, like tracking, and she's a very brilliant dog. I am not going to put any food on the tray this time. Now, normally, I don't do this until, I don't know, they've been doing it for at least, I don't know, several repetitions, right, that we've had lots of practice sessions. But I just want to see what she does. And so I'm going to put this empty under a cone, and I'm just watching to see if she signals at all that she picks up this smell and that she feels like that's interesting, right? This tray smells a little bit like food because it's had food on it. Yeah, I'll do the rewarding on this one because I'll show you kind of what this looks like. But yes, still reward her. And it becomes even more important if there's no food with the odor that we reward really quickly, so that she doesn't, again, move past the odor, right? And this is more just because she's a shepherd and I want to see what her brain can do. Normally, again, we would spend lots more time working. Hey, ready? I'm going to walk up to our cone and ask her to search. Search. Loosen her lead, let her have. Go past it. Let's see if she can find her way back to it. Go all the way in. Here. And then as she comes back, let's see if there's any signaling change. Gets to the phone. Yes. Good girl. Nice job. Yes, you got it. Very good. So it took her a minute, right? Yep. Because there was no food there, and that's what she was looking for. Yep. And so her brain went right past it at first because it said, okay, there's no food here. Nice job. And then as we came back and forth, she started to slow down, right? And like, what am I looking for? What am I looking for? Now, all she had to do with that cone was hesitate, and I'm going to get right in there and tell her that's right, and bam, 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 here's the food, right? So that was really nice. It's more than we need her to do right now, but I figured she could do it, and she could, so that was good. You like that? Is that fun? Yeah, what do you think? Okay, let's try one more little fun thing. Just walk her over that way a little bit so she's not watching me as I kind of place this down. To test the little brain. Good girl, Laura. All right, and bring her back. So it is behind the little footstool that's between those two trees. So we don't have cones to search this time, but we're kind of like, here's your general area to search. So as you come up, you're just going to give her the cue, loosen her leash, have some food ready. And there is food with the odor, so she'll stop and eat when she finds it. And we're just going to kind of meander around and see if she finds the odor. Give her the cue. Search. And just ignore her. If she turns back to you, we just search. Walk around and pretend we don't know what we're doing. Oh, there it is. And then get right down and reward. Good girl. Nice job. Good. Perfect. Let me pick it up. Good girl. That was really nice. Let's do one more of those. Maybe walk her that way. She doesn't see me. I know, it's fun. She's a good girl. When you're ready, walk back here, and when you get to about the front of this canoe rack, give her the cue. She's already sniffing. Wait. Wait, look at the search. Around by the boat there. There's that nose. Yeah, I did that. Yes, there she is. Nice job. That was really good. Good girl, Laura. I knew you'd be good at